I hear it all the time. I get it all the time from people that, wow, I just wish I was as confident as you. I always tell them that, like, I was not born like this, but I was not always the prettiest girl in the room. I was not always the smartest girl in the room. I was not always the one who was picked first. I had to work on it. I had to start believing it before others started believing it.
Nobody believes. I don't believe I'm born with it because I don't feel confident all the time. But I choose to act and appear confident, and I just start feeling it. Choose to act it, and then I start feeling it automatically. You gotta reframe your narrative. You gotta reframe your story. You have to choose what story you wanna put out in the world. You have to show up as that story, as that person, as that her, and then claim it, and then be it, and then that's it. I think first it has to be for yourself, acceptance there, and then it has to be for the world around you. Because once you accept it, people around you will start accepting it. That happens with both of us. We felt that in our lives, right?
Confidence is an inside-out thing, not an outside-in thing.
Hi, I'm Sim.
And I'm Isha.
And this is Listen Up, where big sister advice meets real life.
This is your safe space for unfiltered girl talk on life, love, career, and everything in between.
And we're here to help you figure it out as you go with clarity and confidence.
Welcome back to today's episode of Listen Up with Sim and Isha. And today we're talking all about confidence and self-worth. And yes, these are things we hear all the time on Instagram, and every influencer is talking about it. But I will say that if there's one gift I would like to give everybody ever in my life, it would be the audacity to dream big and go after things. What do you think, Isha?
No, I love that. I love that. Sometimes we lose out on it. Sometimes we lose that opportunity to think big. And I think that is a great gift to give to everybody. The gift of confidence, the gift to dream big. But before we talk about dreams, I think, Simran, we need to talk about the reason why we cannot dream big. Because there's a lack of self-worth sometimes.
Yeah.
We don't feel we deserve it. So I think before we start there and go about dreaming big and confidence, I think we need to talk about what are the 3 things you think we do, all of us do sometimes, and that are signs that give us, okay, this is a lack of self-worth somewhere. What do you think is one of those things?
I think first thing is people pleasing. If you're a people pleaser, if you are shutting yourself up and doing things just to make others happy, it is a sign of low self-worth. You don't value yourself enough, and that's why you're settling.
I agree. I think people pleasing is a big one. I think हम सब करते हैं. Some days we don't even know, but we are doing it. कि you meet someone new, you're like, okay, I have to act in a way that this person को अच्छा लगेगा. I think हम सब वो कहीं ना कहीं कर रहे हैं. I get it. I think one more thing that we do is, when we meet someone new, is comparison. Like we compare ourselves to the person before we even know the person. You know, like I'm in an elevator with 3 women. I will compare myself. I'll be like, oh, she's the pretty one. She has such long hair. She's the tall one. That is one thing that we do sometimes. And that feeds to this lack of, the self-worth that, okay, I'm not looking pretty. Even though I might be dressed amazing, but वो self-doubt उसी साथ create हो जाएगा because I'll compare. So I think that's one more thing. I have started to, question myself whenever I do it, stop myself when I do it, but there are moments I still do it.
Yeah, and it's natural, right? But again, that if you are doing it all the time, that means that you have low self-worth because you're constantly trying to compare yourself with other people, And for me, these are just signs that you can check for yourself that are you actually confident or not. A big one for me also like this is when you avoid fighting. Avoid conflict.
Yeah.
You don't want to disturb the peace of the house. You don't want to disturb your partner's peace. You don't want to disturb your child's peace. So you just like, ठीक है, and you let things go.
You settle.
Chalega. The more you let people walk over you and be a pushover, the more they push you.
Yeah. You know, somebody recently taught me this. He was like, I see you're doing a lot for people, Isha, and I'm telling you, there might come a day in future that I might use it. I might misuse it.
Yeah.
Like you will say yes to everything and I will misuse that.
Yeah.
So I want you to stop doing that from today. And I was like, okay, that's something like profound because nobody's called me out like that.
Yeah.
You keep doing it, like overcompensating for no reason. And he was like, you don't need to do it. And before everybody starts using you for it, stop yourself. I was like, okay, yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Because I remember whenever I fight with someone, suddenly I'll start like, but I did this because I did this, because I did that, because this was the thing that, and the
Yeah.
person's not asked me these, why I did what I did. If they're upset, they have a right to be upset. You have the right to conserve your energy and stand by what you did.
I hear you.
But you start over-explaining, over-giving, over-compensating, and that's when you know you don't have actual self-worth because you're putting yourself down
I know.
just so that the other person feels higher.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm also trying to not do anymore and choose myself. I know you say this a lot. I don't want to say the word selfish. You said you have to be a little more selfish, but I think selfish makes it a little more negative in my head. I don't know, it's a connotation, just a relation. It makes it a little negative, but I'm choosing to prioritize myself. I'm keeping it that way. Like on days when I'm overcompensating, I have to remind myself to choose myself. Ki nahi, today you have to choose yourself again. So yeah, I'm learning that. I think we're all a work in progress and a masterpiece at the same time. So I'm
will
learning.
have friends like you and me, even I used to do this. Suddenly, if I do something which is hurting or upsetting someone, not hurting someone, upsetting someone, I will suddenly go into, am I a bad person for doing that? I'm such a horrible person.
But if
I
you're
can't
asking that, Simran, you're not a bad person.
Exactly. Bad people don't ask themselves if they are bad people.
Yeah.
They are just bad people.
Yes.
They do things without remorse, without any sense of empathy for somebody else. The fact that you have empathy, you are a good person. So stop doubting yourself, and take a stance. Because if you don't stand for yourself, who else will?
We're talking about confidence today and self-worth.
Yeah.
What is one myth or misconception you feel that people have around confidence?
That you're born with it. I hear it all the time from people. I get it all the time from
Yeah.
people that, wow, I just wish I was as confident as you. Wow, you're so daring, you're so confident. I wish I was as confident. And every time I hear it, whether it's girls on Brown Boss Babes who are texting in my DMs or on my lives, or I have my, other people in my life tell me that, I always tell them that, like, I was not born like this. I had to work on it. I was a shy, timid girl. Yes, I had always been somebody who had some level of confidence, but I was not always the prettiest girl in the room. I was not always the smartest girl in the room. I was not always the one who was picked first.
Yeah.
I had to work on it. I had to start believing it before others started believing it.
Yes.
And everybody around me, the minute I saw that I believe it, they all also started believing it. That is the beauty of confidence.
Wow.
It's kind of just an illusion.
No, I hear you. I think it's a muscle. I agree with you. It's a muscle. You have to tone it every time.
Yep.
And it's like an accessory. You can keep it in your bag and pick it up whenever you need it. Like
Yeah.
it's that thing. And I agree with you. You have to believe that you're not like, nobody believes. I don't believe I'm born with it because I don't feel confident all the time. But I choose to act and appear confident and I just start feeling it. So मेरे साथ ऐसा हो जाता है. I choose to act it and then I start feeling it automatically. So that is one thing that I've seen. There's one more thing I feel. You know our personalities. So we're both extroverts by nature. We like talking. We are both, yappers that way. I feel people believe the misconception is कि extroverts are confident people.
No.
No, I don't think that. I think there's also a line there. And introverts are not confident. I think introverts can be confident because confidence is grounding. It's like, innate nature that I am grounded. I know who I am. So I enter a room and I'm not worried when I leave what everybody's thinking. That's confidence for me. And that can be an introvert and an extrovert both. When it comes to confidence, we have few misconceptions, but now we need to, shift that narrative. I think when we talk about extroverts, now there's also this idea of fake confidence, है ना? थोड़ा सा.
And I think there is this big misconception when it comes to why I say fake confidence is because sometimes we look at people and they look confident, but they're not actually confident. Confidence does not mean wearing the best clothes and the best hair and makeup and looking good 24/7. Confidence is a combination of inner and outer. You can look all perfect on the outside, but if you're not comfortable in your skin, if you're not at peace with yourself, it will show.
Yeah.
I have no problem what women wear. I really don't care. I respect everybody's decision to wear whatever they want.
Yeah.
But many times I've come across people in clubs or places where they'll be wearing a dress or something, and maybe they're wearing it for the trend or to look good or whatever, but I can just see that that person is not comfortable in that dress. But they're just wearing it because everybody is wearing it and to belong rather than to stand out. And I think the whole idea of being confident is you could be wearing whatever you want and feel comfortable.
Comfortable, yes.
Comfort is confidence.
Yeah.
So you can be, or you have women.
Being happy in your own skin.
Very true. You have sometimes women who look very good, speak very confidently. The minute another woman comes next to them who's equally strong, they will immediately have a negative energy about them. And immediately you know this person is not truly confident. They're faking their confidence.
Yeah.
Because real confidence is not threatened by another one's beauty, another one's achievements.
Oh, yes. I think it's empowered.
Exactly.
It's empowered. You meet someone who's successful, like we meet our guests sometimes, and we feel their energy and we are happy. If they're confident, we become more confident in the conversation. It's just beneficial for both of us.
Very true.
It's an empowering feeling, not not a feeling of like comparison where you just, comparison is a thief of joy, right? So I think validation and comparison, ये दोनों चीजें हमारे दिमाग में क्या कर देती है कि हम जो मोमेंट में होते हैं उसको एंजॉय नहीं कर पाते और अपना कॉन्फिडेंस भी लूज कर जाते हैं. You agree with that?
And I feel it's so unnecessary, when that happens, like things like this happen. And I remember I was at a friend's roka and it was an engagement and she was looking beautiful. She was on stage and one of the people comes and whispers in my ear that, oh, she's put on weight now. I don't think it's looking good on her. And then goes and proceeds to go and tell her. And imagine on the day, which is her day.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about my friend. She's the most badass, confident person I've met on earth. And she was like, I don't care. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with my partner. I'm happy with everything. It does not matter. But because she was innately confident that she could do that. But this shows that even if that first person is 10 times more good looking, I'll still choose the second person every time.
I hear you.
Because they will always be more attractive.
Oh, yes.
An attractive woman is not a beautiful woman.
Oh, yes. No.
An attractive woman is a woman who can stand her ground, say no, be confident.
Who knows
assert
herself. Yes, who knows herself. She knows what she wants and she claims it and she deserves it and she acts like it.
Exactly.
Owning up to herself. I know what a confident and...
Yeah. I was like, a sass click is coming.
Yeah. I think that deserved it. Yeah, you did it.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For sure.
Yes. No, but yeah, I think assertive hona is different and claiming to be assertive hona is different. And I think एक और चीज़ जो मुझे लगता है कि हम कई बार कर जाते हैं, जो हम confidence के केस में कई बार कर जाते हैं, we give the responsibility of confidence to other people by validation. So if I have a picture and I really like that picture, I want to post that picture. मैंने वो post करी, उस पे सिर्फ 10 likes आए, which is not a very good number. I start feeling and start doubting कि यार, is it even a good picture? Because morning में जब मैं उठी थी, I felt it was a very good picture. I need to post it today. But with the validation and that comparison in my head, I started doubting myself और मेरा confidence भी उस चीज़ से lose हो गया. Which we need to not do actually, because you have to be very sure and in your mind very clear कि यार मुझे ये चीज़ पसंद है तो मैं इसलिए ये कर रही हूँ. Like your friend, she was happy in that moment and she still chose to be happy.
Exactly.
मैं ये नहीं कहती उसके दिमाग में आया नहीं होगा.
Of course.
आया होगा.
सबके दिमाग में आता है. You are lying if you say कि you don't see somebody better than you and go like, अरे यार, she's looking so much better than me. You are lying. Everybody feels it, but what you do with it matters.
Yeah.
In that minute, you have to make a decision. You have a split second.
Yeah.
You know?
Because your first thought is your conditioning.
Yes.
But your second thought is your response.
Right.
You have it in your hand. कि यार, अब second thought है कि I'm not choosing to act on it.
Right.
Second thought है कि मुझे इस पे act नहीं करना. There's one more thing, with confidence that I feel sometimes. In this digital era, I've started feeling, Simran, we were not supposed to look at ourselves so much.
Yeah.
Screens, right now we're surrounded by screens, we're surrounded by mirrors all the time. We were not supposed to look at ourselves so much. We were only supposed to look at other people.
Yeah.
Because when we look at ourselves and others, I know.
When you're saying this right now, I can think of myself because literally I posted a story yesterday. I've seen it like 10 times already. The same story. Yeah. I keep watching it just to get validation that I put nice stories.
Yeah.
That's how social media has made us.
Exactly.
Constantly seeking validation for whatever we do. You know?
And I feel that हमें इतना नहीं करना चाहिए था. अगर हम ना करते होते हम शायद ज़्यादा खुश होते, ज़्यादा एट पीस होते अपने आप से. मतलब I'm looking good in my skin, I'm feeling good, ठीक है, मैं ready हो गई, very nice. But now my brain will function कि around me सब कैसे लग रहा है, that is only कि मेरे को अच्छा लगेगा. समझ रहे हो? Like that is what the social media and the mirror thing has done to us.
So true. And you know, this kind of brings me to a thing. Yesterday I was scrolling and I came across the Tyler concert happened in Bombay,
Yes.
right? A few days back.
Yes.
And I remember there's this whole reel which has gone viral, which is all these Indian girls in their attires and fits looking like the Desi baddies. And they've gone viral suddenly saying that, oh my God, like, you know, meet the Desi baddies and like, look at these Indian women, you know, like who are being baddies. And everybody is like, you know, these women existed. Beautiful Indian women have existed from time and again. The Western media never showed them doesn't mean that
They didn't exist.
They don't
Yes,
exist.
They were not there. Yes, they were always there.
They were always there, but the narrative only shifted when they took control of their narrative, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it was so interesting to see that, you know, all these women going viral because they were owning the they were authentic, they were owning themselves, they were showing up, but the world was like, oh, they are Indian baddies. I said, yeah, we exist since forever. It's just that you didn't
We've
look at
always
it like
been
that.
here.
Exactly. We've always been here. So don't let their perception, like we have to be happy with ourselves and whoever we are, you know?
Oh, I
and I
like
love that I love that reel went viral and like, you know, this was the conversation that started because we are here, we exist.
Yeah, we do. We are here and we are owning ourselves.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, Simran, we've talked about everything that confidence, you know, sometimes why you lack it. But let's talk about some things, how you build it on a daily basis. What is something that you can do as an individual to build that confidence? And I think from your example, I'm picking this up, you got to reframe your narrative. You got to reframe your story. You have to choose what story you want to put out in the world.
Yeah.
You have to show up as that story, as that person, as that her, and then claim it, and then be it, and then that's it. I think first it has to be for yourself, acceptance there, and then it has to be for the world around you. Because once you accept it, people around you will start accepting it. That happens with both of us. We felt that in our lives, right?
Yes. Confidence is an inside out thing.
Yeah.
Not an outside thing.
Yeah.
Yes, when you look pretty, you feel a bit better about yourself. But till you don't really believe that you're better, you're never going to be your best, you know? So it's an inside thing. Like you said, acceptance.
Yes.
If you were in second standard, you came home and you didn't talk to anybody in class for 1 week, your teacher called up your mom and said, "Aapka beta to bahut shy hai, baat hi nahi karta kisi se." Then your mom will come and ask you, "Why are you shy?" "Acha, shy hai." Then in family functions, you talk less, people will be like, "Oh, nahi, wo shy hai." All your life you've heard you're shy.
Hi.
So by the time you're 15 or 16, you believe you're shy because that was what was told to you. That's who you are. So you start accepting that you're shy.
Yeah.
So how will you change that till you don't realize that somebody else tagged you shy, not even yourself. So you need to rewrite that story by saying, no, I'm not shy. I just did not express myself when I wanted to or I had to.
Yeah.
And today I'm choosing to talk. So that shift can only happen when you realize that it takes a split second to change. You're one decision away from a completely different life. But
That is true.
sticking to that decision after you make it.
यार वो हिट कैसे करता है समझ कभी-कभी मतलब इसमें ही सोच रही हूँ इस पॉइंट के बाद कि I've been told my whole life that I look a certain way or I'm dressed a certain way or whatever. It could be anything about me. When do you feel that hits? At what age? Or is there like a time when it hits you? मेरे को ऐसे लगता है कि could be like in a very raw moment also. You're sitting with friends and somebody said something and you just feel very, you know, uncomfortable in that moment. Ki, this is not me. But I've been told I have to act a certain way. I don't know. What do you feel like? वो hit कब करेगा? क्योंकि all of the listeners that are listening to us today, they must be wondering कि यार what is that one thing जो मेरा narrative नहीं है? How do I recognize it? Like how do we, you know, recognize that fact and when will it hit and when will we switch it up? That could be like a conversation, you know?
I think for me, the biggest hit factor comes when you expose yourself to other realities. What happens is that when you're with your friends, your set of college friends, your set of families, they have certain thinking, conditioning. Tomorrow, I watch Bridgerton. She's the most beautiful woman ever, Simone Ashley. Season 2 of Bridgerton with my favorite man on screen. And suddenly I'm thinking like this, she's a very dusky woman. All my life I was told that dusky women are not pretty. Fair nahi, fair. Tan ho gayi hai, tan ho gayi. Think tan kaise ho gayi? I remember still I went to Sicily for a holiday and I came back. First thing my dadi, which is in Italy, and she goes like, Italy gayi thi, tan ho ke kaise hai? You know, like you went to a Firang Desh, how have you been? And I'm like, why does that matter? But when I see women like her, I realize, okay, no, beauty is subjective.
Yes.
And that's why representation matters. That's why exposure matters to different things.
Yes.
And that's when narratives change. Otherwise, narratives will not change.
They will not change.
When I see Priyanka Chopra on stage at the Met, I'm winning looking at her. Why? She's nobody to me. But she is somebody to me because it's representation. For me, there are moments in life where you have to look at different people. I always say never take advice, unsolicited advice from people who have not lived the life that you want to live.
Yes.
If you are doing a podcast today, talk to other people who have podcasts. They will give you real feedback. Don't talk to people who've never had a podcast but will always listen to 20 podcasts and will want to give you feedback because they are not the people.
Who are doing it, who are in it with. Yeah, I get it. I think that's good advice.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think it's that. Lastly, I would say there was one point for me I will never forget. I was so insecure I was in Bali. I was at this party at like midnight, blah, blah, blah. I met some friends. We all went to this party. And I was in this crowd of people, mixed races, everything. And there were like these top models there, like gorgeous looking women. And I was just looking at them like, my God, like they're so gorgeous, you know? I'm standing there, and suddenly after like half an hour, this guy, Italian dude, comes up and starts talking to me. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm shelling down. And then he's like, wow, you're like the most beautiful woman here. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, nah. Like, have you seen a mirror? Like, nah. Have you
What are
seen
you
them?
talking about? I don't believe you.
Because that is my insecurities and my, you know,
I hear you.
all my years of conditioning, which jumps up, which tells us like white, tall, blonde women are more beautiful than you, you know? And for him, his beauty is subjective, right? And for him, this is more beautiful. And whatever. In that minute, it made me realize that beauty is really in the eye of the beholder. And every time you are comparing, you're judging, it's because you are listening to everybody else instead of actually recognizing your talent.
Okay, one more thing you have to tell me that you do to build your confidence on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think this went on to a big one.
Yeah,
Big conversation. But I would say top few things that I think we all can do. Number one is like keep promises to yourself. I think if you make a promise, I will go to the gym, go to the bloody gym. Don't not go to the gym. Every time you do something small for yourself, you start trusting yourself more. And trust in yourself builds confidence.
Yes. You keep stacking on it. You keep stacking on your trust.
Exactly.
एक habit को आप बार-बार करते हो. आप अपने आप को बोलते हो कि I want to do this, and you show up for it. You stack that trust in yourself, and then you feel confident. You trust yourself more. कि okay, this person will do it. I am not talking about anybody else, but Isha will do it if she said she wants to do it.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that builds the confidence. That's an inner confidence thing, na?
Yeah.
Ki I know if I've said something, I'll do it. I'll prioritize it. I'll make time for it. Even if everything around me is chaotic, I'll still find time to do it. So I think that is very important. Keeping promises to yourself. That's a good one. What else do we think can help us build confidence on a daily basis?
I think for me, it's also having a daily ritual I have a funny ritual. I look in the mirror every morning and talk to myself. I am the crazy Delulu Kareena Kapoor from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. I feel it is a very good activity before I start my day. I put the music, whichever favorite music of mine on, and I'll always look in the mirror and dance in the mirror. I used to be a dancer. That's always going to be a part of me. But minute I look at myself, I'm happy, I'm smiling. I've already like put myself in the mood that today is going to be the best day. Even if it's not. But at least I start the day right. So I feel like having that ritual of either talking to yourself in the mirror, looking at yourself, maybe dressing up. I take work calls from home because I run a social media marketing agency and most of my clients are UK or US. So there's so many times I'll walk into the house and my parents are like, why are you so dressed up? I said, because I have a call. And they're like, but why? It's from home. But I'm like, no, but I will not feel in the right headspace if I don't dress up. I will show up differently. My clients will feel a different energy from me, even if it's on the camera. So yeah.
That's one more thing I do. Show up as her before I become her.
Yes.
That's something important for me as well. And I have this journaling prompt also that helps me, you know. So I do this journaling exercise sometimes where I would write myself a kind message from my higher self. Like, what is my higher self telling me that today is going to look like? Or I would just, if not writing, I'll just think it in my mind. My higher self's telling me this today. What if she showed up today? What is she doing today? How is she acting today? How is she behaving today?
I love that.
So show up as her before you become her. So that's like my version of, you know, building that confidence on a daily basis. And I love doing that practice because और कुछ ना हो मैं बहुत अच्छा फील करती हूँ उसके बाद में. I feel very happy.
Yeah.
मुझे लगा होता बहुत सही हो गया सब कुछ. हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है पता नहीं but मैं बहुत खुश हूँ.
Genuinely feel sometimes Delulu is the Solulu. Like you really
yeah.
do have to be a little crazy.
You have to be.
Everybody was. Steve Jobs was crazy.
Yeah.
Bill Gates was crazy.
Life meets you at your level of delusion.
Yeah, you go through any genius people's stories, you will always see that they believed before everybody else does. I'll never forget there was this famous story about Jim Carrey. Before he was struggling badly, he was broke, he had like $20 in his pocket. That day, he decided to park his car in the parking lot. He removed a checkbook, wrote a check of 100 million for himself.
Oh yeah, I know the story.
And he said, I'm going to cash it.
Yes.
After a year, he gave 5 hits. And he cashed it after a year. He was making $1 million after a year, and he knew he was going to do it before he did it. When you're at your lowest, when you're struggling the most, it's that point where you decide, I'm not going to stay stuck here. I think Namrita said it in one of the episodes. The more comfortable you are, the more stuck in life you are.
Yes. Yeah. You have to get out of your comfort space. You have to push yourself. You have to keep pushing yourself. Wow, this has been some conversation, Simran, and I loved having this conversation with you,
Yeah.
in person especially, of course. And to everybody listening, I think that's what we promised you, with season 2. Such level of conversations, such premium content, because we enjoy doing this a lot. And thank you so much, guys, for supporting, and keep listening to our next episode. Stay tuned.
Listen up.